I'm Miss Geringer.
And I'm Dr. Torres.
Welcome to
Praggin.
Woo!
Welcome to Praggin and Braggin, a podcast in which we interview students, professors, and administrators of the Praggin Sites program here in St. Thomas. In this episode, we're interviewing Justo Garcia, who is a student success coach, but also a part of this program. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here, Justo.
I appreciate that, King. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Yeah. For our audience, can you just tell what is it that you do here at St. Thomas? What is your main job here?
Yeah. Again, thank you for the opportunity. My name is Justo Garcia. I am a student success coach at UST, as well as the watermark specialist. I manage one of our databases here on campus. You kind of mentioned my relationship with your program. And so when I came to UST, I started off as the recruiter, specifically for the Colby School and Dramatic Studies program.
Yeah. Mm. So I guess I'd like to sort of start with your background. How did you get into St. Thomas? Did you ever thought that you would get into St. Thomas at all? Here, or how did it come to you, basically?
As an alum or as an employee?
As an alum, both.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to show my age. I came to UST in 2005. I graduated high school in 2005. And actually, I never planned to go straight to college. I actually enlisted into the Marine Corps with my buddies and my group. My uncle was actually the recruiter in Alvin, where I went to high school. And he was a Marine and is a Marine. And so there was encouragement. I did ROTC for 4 years in JROTC in high school, and through that, my whole goal was just to enlist and serve. Service has always been a theme in my life, and so from there, my mom really wanted me to go to college. That was her big thing. She wanted me to stay local. She didn't want me to go in the military, and so through a promise for her, I applied at UST. And it was the only college I actually applied to, and I ended up getting a scholarship for St. Thomas. And I was able to pull back on my enlistment because I never went to basic training yet. Yeah. And I enrolled at UST, and I started my journey here. Like I said, in 2005, graduated in 2012. I'm proud to say that because I am considered what we call a non-traditional student modernly. And I had faced some obstacles in college. My brother passed away in the Marines. My father passed away the next year, and so I ended up dropping out. And so from there, I was kind of trying to find my purpose, and through a lot of mentorship from faculty here, actually. And I say that not as an employee. I'm super biased, but I say that as an individual because Dr. Jomia Marquise, she's actually currently she's the director of my department, which was full circle. It's one of the best experiences I've had modernly. But yeah, I joined UST back in 2005, left in 2007, then came back I think in 2008 or 2009 after taking some community college courses, and graduated in 2012. So from there, went into the workforce. I was working the whole time, but doing service work in the service industry. And then I got into nonprofit work, working for a domestic violence agency, offering free legal services. Then I worked for a nonprofit homeless shelter for women in recovery, both here locally in Midtown, AVDA and the Women's Home. And through mentorship through Dr. Joe again, encouraged me to come back and get my master's. And Dr. Nicole Walters, who's actually your dean of your program, they encouraged me to come back to UST, and so I came in to admissions. Admissions was the recruiter for the Colby School, and then University of Houston, University of St. Thomas actually has a great program where they do tuition remission for their employees, meaning that if you're an employee here, either the president or working in dining services, facilities, or whatnot, you're a full-time employee, you get to go to college for free here. And so through that opportunity, I got my master's simultaneously while working here in first admissions, then transitioning through my work on campus in recruitment into the access specialist position in our ADS office for Access and Disability Services. So yeah, been in the UST since, I've been working for UST since post-pandemic, but I've been here officially since '05. And so through all that, I gained a lot of great relationships here. And I've got a lot of opportunities just sticking to the purpose and doing service work. So kind of led me here.
Yeah, and during your time like at St. Thomas, like did you knew what you wanted to major in at all, or no? Were you just trying to just figure it out as this? Because that's what it is with most college students. They kind of think, oh, I know what I want to major in, and then they're like, oh, maybe I want to major in this or that. Like, what was that journey like for you, you know, figuring out your major?
Yeah, I came in as a business major only because business translated to money is what I was told. I never really had the intention of going straight to college, so I never really put a lot of energy into what I wanted to do in life. I knew it was going to be something in service, that's where my heart is, but I've been a year in, I changed my major to psychology begrudgingly. I say that now, just FYI, if you do a psychology, anybody out there who goes into a psych major, just know you can't stop on a bachelor's. You have to kind of continue after that.
Okay.
I learned towards the end.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I just, through just mentorship, I just kind of figured that out. Very similar to most college students when they get to this point. You really shouldn't know exactly what you want to do, but you should have an energy about what direction you want to go to. You know, like I said, I wasn't money driven, I've never been. And so psychology just seemed like an easy route because I like working with people. I'm proud of a few of the gifts that I've been blessed with and fostered through mentorship and support in my formation. And yeah, I really enjoy working with people and seeing them shine and just kind of giving back the energy that's really put me where I'm at now.
So like you said, like before you started out as a success coach, you were the recruitment for the Colby School. Like, when did you first hear about the Colby School? Like, who told you about it? Like, how did you hear from it? You know?
Yeah. So when I got, I had somebody reach out from UST, Dr. Jo Marquise, and she mentioned Dr. Walters was leading this new program called the Colby School, offering students an opportunity who offering individuals who would have thought college was for them before or at that time. And to be very frank, I didn't know exactly what the Colby School was fully. I just knew the opportunity that I was giving and that it was going to help me get my job, to get the degree that I wanted. And so through that and just learning about the Colby School, it was just like a really amazing program. For anybody who's considered whoever considered that college wasn't for them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into the details of it.
Yeah.
You can Google that.
Yeah.
But yeah, through non-traditional students being able to come back and get a degree. And when I say non-traditional students, I mean the requirements for the Colby School for the online programming makes it so that somebody who may have not went to college before, or somebody who worked hard to receive their GED, they may not have considered to come not only to college, but a private Catholic university like St. Thomas with all the bells and whistles that come with it. And yeah, I mean, talk about giving opportunity to people and giving them a chance. You know, and including, of course, the Pragmatic Studies program, furthering that initiative of giving opportunities to those who deserve it.
Yeah. When you heard about that, the Pragmatic Studies program, like what did you think of it at first when you heard about it? Was it from Dr. Walters, or who was it from? You know, that you heard about it?
Yeah, it was through Dr. Walters and meeting Dr. Torres, which I mean, if anybody's ever met Dr.
She's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, she is a firestorm of just energy and just potential. Like, I mean, she explained to me what the program was, and then of course, you know, the program had already kicked off by the time I started recruiting for it.
Yeah.
And so just meeting the students in the program, meeting the faculty, like you just knew that there's something special going on that's unique, but also it's amazing to be a part of.
Yeah. Like, did you ever think that it would grow to what it is now? Like, because now we have, well, 4 cohorts now and 5 coming in the fall. Like, are you just amazed at just how how big it has become since really, I mean, the past 4 years, basically?
Yeah, I'm not surprised just because, when with any individual that you work with, you just kind of like get an understanding of just what people can do and can't do, and when I'm not surprised because just knowing that giving somebody the opportunity to take a chance on themselves, and with the structure of the program, that I believe in UST. Like I don't really, whenever I pitch the university through recruitment, I touch on the campus, it's gorgeous. I touch on the curriculum, it's great. But it's the people, right?
Yeah.
When you have good people doing good work, who care, who are sincere, you can only go up. And so, yeah, it's cool to see it go into a bachelor's program in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Just again, a testament to the students, shining bright, showing that, hey, we can reach this point of an associate degree, but I can do more.
Yeah.
And that's like the realization that you get to be a part of, especially with working with families, and with that hesitation of, oh, so my kids, some students never had the aspiration that they would ever go into the workforce, as independent as students are finding out. That they wouldn't know that they would have the opportunity to live on the campus. Especially parents. I think parents, at some level, like they can condition to this is what life is like, and that's only because you're only going to grow within the opportunities that are available to you, right? Yeah. And so I think when parents trusted us, trusted the university, and that, hey, give your kid an opportunity to be independent or more independent, right? And that's not a broad stroke, because the Pragmatic Studies program serves a lot of students with different abilities, right? Who have, while we all have potential, everybody's different, and so there's a range of students that you can't just profile somebody not at the University of St. Thomas, much more as a student in Pragmatic Studies or the Colby School, right? And so, yeah, to go back to your question, like it's not surprising, but it is remarkable just to see it grow and just further its potential.
Yeah. Especially like this Sunday, like the original group cohort 1, like they graduated with their bachelor's.
Yeah.
And cohort 3, they graduated with their associates as well. So and a lot of them are starting the bachelor's, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cohort 3.
Yeah, and we actually have some students going into the master's program.
Oh, there's a master's program now?
Well, not specifically for the program, but so the way that the Colby School designed the Pragmatic Studies program is that the accommodations in the Pragmatic Studies program are built in, right? When you transition into, and that's the associate program.
Yeah.
When you transition into the bachelor's program, now your accommodations start expanding into the general accommodations offered on campus, which is to a degree a growth in independence, right? And how you operate on campus in your courses. Now that we have students entering the master's program, now the accommodations are completely through the university now, and so it's another level of challenge, while also another level of opportunity that students are just showing that, hey, I can do everything as long as I can do anything as long as I was given the opportunity and the support. Yeah.
So I'd like to sort of like talk about like how long were you like a recruitment for the Colby program, like recruitment specialist for the program?
Yeah, so I was close to 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Close to 2 years.
Yeah.
And the recruitment for the Colby School is very different in how you recruit, because the requirements are a little different. And so traditionally you would, be speaking to students who are coming to college fairs, who are actively looking for opportunities to go to college. And so while we do serve those students as well in the Colby School, our messaging is to those students and those parents, those admin workers, those individuals in the workforce who were at one point, because through obligation, through commitments, through lack of opportunities, never thought, hey, I should be going to a college fair, or I should be looking at this private school.
Yeah.
I mean, it's part of our sales point, but it's true. Like at one point we were one of one in terms of what we offered in the Dramatic Studies program.
Yeah.
I think that at one point there's another university in the East Coast that offered something similar. But now that going into the bachelor's program, like we are still one of one in this opportunity,
Yeah.
which makes us very unique, which brings a lot of attention to us.
Yeah.
But it's merited because I mean it's worth the chance that someone takes on themselves.
Do you think other universities should kind of follow in the pragmatic studies footsteps and give those chances to, students who are on the spectrum, Do you think they should, or?
Yeah, so I think that I think there should be further conversations and college counseling for high schoolers who need to understand, and not so much the students, but the parents,
Yeah.
about how accommodations work in college and
Yeah.
how they're different than in high school and how they're similar. And so I guess my response would be that I think that there should be more attention to and conversation about what accommodations are available on those campuses, what are the cultures of those students with disabilities on those campuses. And I would say that I think students should continue to push their limits, right? I think that they should learn about how different colleges are currently supporting students with accommodations.
Yeah.
But also, I think that more programs should be intentional in how they offer that support for students specifically with disabilities. But also, I would, as an advocate and just learning more about this area of study and students, that there are a lot of students who walk around currently who may not know that they have a disability, because disability is a range, and that's definitely apparent whenever you look at our population in the Dramatic Studies program. It's not cookie cutter.
Yeah.
And I think you experienced that yourself with your peers,
Yeah.
right? And I think that the conversation over disabilities should be brought more to the forefront.
Yeah.
Well, it still is. But again, to those students, I guess to answer your question, I would say that I think there should be better mechanisms to offer opportunities for evaluations through universities, so that those individuals who know themselves better through their disability can have opportunities to go to college. But also, again, the students who don't know that about themselves, either through culture, through lack of access to those type of opportunities to do those evaluations. If you're not aware, these evaluations are very expensive. Like, they're very expensive, and that can be very taxing on a working parent, especially when you consider like middle class, lower class, right? And so I think there should be more opportunities for students to get those evaluations completed through the university, through the application process, so that way they can know themselves better. And those conversations are brought more, not just reactive to a student coming in saying, hey, I'm struggling in class, right? Or, hey, what do you have? So that way it's part of the recruitment, part of the processing, so that it's an equal playing field for everybody. So yes, but I think it's more than just a specific program.
Last question, what would you like your legacy to be here at St. Thomas? Like, what would you like to be remembered for?
Oh man. Okay. How would I like to be remembered at UST?
USC, yeah.
That I was sincere, I'm full of insecurities when it comes to my performance, and I'm a people pleaser, so I'm always second guessing like interactions with folk, what I've said, what I've done. And so I just hope that people know that I'm sincere when I was through my time here, that I cared, and that I believed in what we were doing. Again, and I don't say this as a knock on the university in any kind of way, but it's not the campus, it's not the curriculum, it's the people that are here. There are good people working here, and I hope that in the way I describe those individuals, that I can receive the same information, because it would hurt my feelings a little bit, but I just hope that people just know I cared, that I cared.
Yeah, well, thank you, Justo, for just...
That's okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to ask you any questions. Are you enjoying your time here?
I am, yes. I mean, I feel like, yes. I mean, we kind of said, like, I never thought that I would be a student here at St. Thomas, let alone live on campus, and really, I mean, it was just, when I first heard about this program, I mean, I was interested by it, but when I heard fully about it, because as I told you, I've been to prior programs before this,
Yeah.
but like they really really didn't provide like opportunities, like the right opportunities. All you just got was like a certificate, degree, and like that's it basically.
Yeah.
But for this program, whenever I first came, it was just the associates, but just to see the program expand to the bachelor's, and it's just really amazing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I see you, the way that you work on campus, the way that you kind of like taking those opportunities. And I think that's amazing, Kevin. I'm really proud of the work you've done, brother.
Thank you.
I mean, it was all in your potential, man.
Yeah.
But just having those opportunities to shine,
Yeah.
you've really done. You and your whole team,
Yeah.
sincerely.
Yeah.
I really love that you guys are doing this initiative. Am I cutting into y'all's time? No. Okay. Cool. I just want to make sure. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And have you working on campus, do you feel one thing is to message and say, hey, this is what we offer, this is what we do, but do you feel that energy on campus?
Oh yeah, I do. And everywhere I go, not just at my job at the career service center, but everywhere, in the at the class, at the program, at the sort of campus ministry, at just at Guinan, the residence life, everywhere. I feel they really do care about the students. They really they care about everyone, not just certain students, not just certain students in the program, but everyone. They just want to make sure that students, they have a good time here, the 4 years here. They care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm proud of you, and I'm glad to hear that from you, because my current role, Guillermo, we're grant funded. The job that I have right now is grant funded, and it's specific to individuals, freshmen coming into college. Individuals who may not have fully had access to the opportunities. They may be first generation. They may fit into certain demographics. And it's important to not only know your support systems on campus, but to have them. We're a big university. I'm first to always point out to people that we got a gold chapel. We got a gold-plated chapel here. So we, in our messaging, how we portray ourselves as a university, is that we have the resources to stand on business, to stand on what we do here. And so I guess one thing I would add, with the opportunity and platform that your podcast is offering, I would say that I would encourage not only students, go use your support services, whether if it's in Prague or any other program. Go use what you're paying for. As an adult, you kind of learn stuff like insurance, right? If you look at the culture in our society about insurance, we pay for it as career employees, but we get a sniffle, we don't go to the doctor because it's going to cost too much. One of the benefits you have as a student is that with your tuition, these support services are inclusive to what you're doing. So whether it's counseling and wellness, just to have those conversations of not just about negative thoughts or negative experience in life, but just for those critical moments of hey, I have an important decision. Do I skip class because I want to go hang out with my friends for this beach event, right? I can do it because I have the GPA for it. I'm doing super well. I'm only going to get knocked on one attendance when it's only two attendance, two missed classes that start affecting my GPA, right? These are important decisions to make, and you pay for counselors who are professionals who can give you that professional advice on what you're doing and who you are. Your parents, your family, your friends, they biased, So I'm sorry, they are, So you pay for that service, And so counseling's not something that you do when you're just feeling bad. It's something that you do because you pay for it, it's included.
Yeah.
Everybody should get a mental health counseling. Everybody, especially young men, right?
Yeah.
I'm not young anymore, but.
I do see a therapist, so even here, not here, but for a while I've been seeing a therapist, and he has been pretty helpful. Mental health is important. I do agree.
Yeah, and I want to validate you sharing that and being vulnerable about that, King.
Yeah.
That's this very powerful statement. I think that's something that, especially as young men, we need to advocate that. We need to share those things because there's a lot of people out there who create their own barriers for that. And again, going back to UST, you're paying for it already.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to success coaches, you know, your program, you have Ms. Keontae Grantham, who's the success coach in the Colby School. Dedicated, cares,
Yeah.
loving, you know, sincere, great at her job.
Yeah.
You know, you have Ms. Linda Brown, who's your mental health advisor in your
Yeah.
program. You know, you have your learning therapists who serve as success coaches in there. You know, you have you have departments like mine, Student Success Center, located off of 1200 Coker Street, who are again extensions of what you're paying for. You know, while we may not be dedicated to you, we're still here for you. You know, tutoring services, you know, that's inclusive, right? Advisors, that's free advice, right? The resources in these different departments that they can offer off campus to get you connected to better services, to additional services, right?
Yeah.
You work in Career Center,
I do, yes.
right? You guys do professional headshots,
Yeah.
right? You guys do mock interviews, right?
Yeah.
You offer clothing for
Yeah.
these events,
We
right?
review we review like the students' resumes. We kind of like help improve it, you know. And also every year, every semester, we host an annual career fair, basically.
Plug it. Yeah, absolutely, right?
Yeah.
These are part of your formation, and again, it's what you pay for. And it's hard in the moment because you're just focused on your job right now
Yeah.
as a student, right?
Yeah.
But even it's called in the job world, we call that professional development, right?
Yeah.
And so, as a college student, your professional development is using those support services, going to workshops, right? It's tedious. It's an extra commitment that you're not obligated to,
Yeah.
but it's about your formation, right?
Yes.
It's what you pay for.
Yes.
It's what you pay for.
Yeah.
You know, I guess that's always my message in my recruitment. All that I do is I tell people, remember what you're paying for, remember what you're investing in. You know, whether it's through out of pocket from your family, if it's through financial aid, if it's through outside resources, right? It's still your money. It's still your money. It's still your name. It's still your family name. It's still you, right? You're the hero of your own story, man. So, yeah.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you, Justo, again, for doing this. And just thank you for helping all of us here, you know, students at the Colby School, and just for what you do, like, truly.
I appreciate you, King, man. Sincerely, I wouldn't be able to shine if I didn't have you guys here doing the work. So, thanks.
You're welcome.
Applications starting to fall.